Hello and welcome again to another episode of Nerf News, your number one source for Nerf news on the net. I'm your host Drac, and today we're talking about stuff. Curveballs. Literally, curveballs, news that comes out of nowhere. Blasters that are currently en route and on way here for review, but we want to talk about it as soon as possible so that you guys know what's on the docket. And the Cliff Notes is that Rival's not dead yet. But before we get into Rival's new CurveShot line, as well as a bunch of different patent information and some interesting factoids we've gotten from around the web over the last couple of weeks, I just want to say thanks. Thanks for all the comments. We're going to do another $20 giveaway in this video. All you got to do is leave a comment, and I'm going to choose somebody to get a gift card to foamproshop.com. But for right now, these people have a little bit of extra spending power in their pocket because we've got 5 comments, all selected randomly. I actually found a thing that selects comments randomly, which is pretty sweet. So if you happen to be boom, 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 or boom, you guys, or girls, I don't know, some of those usernames are a little ambiguous. Certainly not Papa Elon. That's a gentleman of taste. You guys have instructions for how to get your gift cards. Just shoot that email over and we'll get you taken care of in the next couple of days. And if you didn't win, no big deal. I'm giving away another one in the next video, which will probably go live on Wednesday. Just drop me a kind comment down in that comment section down below. Let me know what you think of the news and we'll go from there. But we're picking another one, always randomly generated, always sent to you in a timely fashion. Let's move on into the news. All right, guys, so this is a basic look at the principles of the new Nerf Rival CurveShot. And it's interesting because it's so simple and so stupid proof that you wonder why they built a line around it. It's almost as though upon discovering Hop Up 2 years into making, you know, orbular ammo with dimples in it, they were like, hey, if it hits a lip and creates Hop Up like every airsoft gun has done forever, it goes in that direction. And I guess they were tired of all of their rounds spiraling downwards, so they started playing with the Hop Up tab and they figured out what pretty much all of us figured out if you disconnected the muzzle device from its rotation point on the shell when modding, which is if you turn it, and so these now have kind of auto-indexing, they'll click into position. There's a left position to curve that way, a right position to curve that way, and then an up and a down. Why you would ever want to curve your Rival rounds down explicitly, I have no idea, but they're going to work just like regular Rival blasters, except whereas the principle is almost always either up or random. In a regular Rival blaster, these theoretically give you some amount of control. That's going to be about 20-25 feet in a straightaway direction, and then it'll start curving in the direction of your choice, kind of like a bowling ball. You know, that's if you're good at bowling, or I bet you have the fancy bowling shoes. I just wish I was better at bowling, guys. So this first image gives you a look at the Flex, which is going to be the cheapest of the line. It's essentially the Jolt, Rival Jolt. Golly gee, wonder where somebody got that idea. That said, the Flex is the cheapest of the line. It comes with built-in dart storage or ball storage, the way that they've been doing that recently on things like the Hercules. I think they made their own Hercules, kind of memeing off of my own Heracles. But the Rival round's sitting there in a dimpled fashion. They muzzle load the same way that all the Jolts do, and then you've got that indexing hop-up tab to determine which way it's going to peel. Other than that, it's just a Jolt. It's not that ridiculously exciting. It'll probably be priced at right around Jolt prices, but we'll do a full review for you soon. I just wanted you to know that there was going to be a mini-me coming. Now, moving on to something that's actually pretty cool looking. This one's actually pretty radical. The Sideswipe is just really cool looking. The Sideswipe is a 12-round built-in magazine, primary class blaster with a fixed stock, but the thing that's really cool about it is the overall shape. It looks almost Covenant-esque from like the Halo universe. It's got a 6 sweep in it. That's where it's storing the rounds, proving that you can have any shape of magazine. Out of Darts, of course, did this forever ago with like tubes and, you know, squirrel fans and all sorts of stuff, but Hasbro's finally catching on, and they've put one of their spring internal magazines in kind of the foregrip, but it's like a slice. It gives me some very like Riddick Covenant vibes. I think that it's pretty slick. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on one and seeing what the ergo feels like. Again, like in a world where Hasbro seems to be able to get nothing else right, at least Rival has maintained a relative standard of quality and construction and performance. Rival isn't for everybody, and I use it almost exclusively for CQB battles, but this is a sick shell, and it's the correct colors to boot. Also, there's a flagship. So here we have the Helix, which is a 20-round built-in hopper style blaster. I like the hoppers a lot for these round style ammo. types, but we've got a pump action Springer, presumably, that's going to deliver rounds downrange with the indexing muzzle. No stock attachment point from the look of this picture, and this is the only picture I have. It appears that they're getting a little cost-cutty with some of these aesthetic details, cutting them out, but it looks like a true rival blaster. I love the aesthetic of the CurveShot line. I think that it looks really good. And this is a primary that's going to be, you know, just a strictly better version of a lot of the pump action Springers that we've seen, with the exception of, I would say, the Artemis and the Hades, which I think is still absolute S-class performance from the rival line. I think that the notching, the indexing hop-up tab is kind of a gimmick, and it would be very easy to install on virtually any blaster you so desire, but I think that this one's going to be the best of the bunch, and I'm excited to review it for you as well. Just a quick point of order, all of these come to us from user AB Quintic or Ab Quintic. He's a member on my Discord. I really like using Discord as a community platform, and I highly encourage you to join mine. It's a pretty serious foam flinging Discord. We have a great time over there. We discuss different things in the nerfing hobby, and also we have various chats for when I'm like live on Twitch or live on YouTube or live in general. At least I used to be live in general. Vampire jokey jokes aside, I do have a few interesting patent pictures here that I want to share with you. This first one comes to us from the mothership, which is just really interesting because it shows their mechanism. They've patented a mechanism to do single motor geared flywheels with 2 flywheels paired off of a gear train and a single motor. It's interesting that they patented this because I think that they're doing this exclusively as they kind of continue to kill their brand in cost-cutting measures. And it's just really weird to patent something that makes your product inherently like less exciting. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just, you know, skipped a few physics classes back in the day, but to me this looks like a less efficient system in terms of everything power dynamics wise, and perhaps is only more efficient if you're spending way too much money on your motors and you want to cut that down by half. I'm not particularly excited about this, but given Hasbro's product cycle, this means that we're about a year and a half off from products that are far less exciting from a modifications perspective and far less exciting from an engineering perspective. So I don't want to be like all doom and gloom, and I know that I've gotten a couple of criticisms from people who are like,
Drac, why do you hate Hasbro so much now?
And the truth is that I don't hate Hasbro. I love Nerf blasters. I love their brand. I love a lot of their products. Like, I am a planeswalker. I am a huge Nerfer. I still play board games, and I love Transformers. Like, it's just disappointing to watch them go down this path, and I'm trying to do everything in my power to like steer them in the correct direction, but it's just painful, guys. So if you're with me, great, and if I sound like a broken record to you, then I'm sorry, but I am bringing this up not just to whine about it, but to let you know that like it could be going the way of Super Soakers. If this is the direction that they intend to take electronic design, the good old days might be come and gone, and you should pick up flywheel designs that you find compelling now. I'm not saying like stockpile them, but I'm saying that if you've been putting off that Strife mod or that Desolator mod, or even, you know, if you're considering the Rex Rampage, we might be looking back 4 or 5 years from now wondering how good we had it, despite the fact that blasters like the Turbine are on the shelf. In slightly less exciting but still compelling news, my buddy Joe Cunningham emailed me to tell me that he had a conversation with the Dart Zone, I guess, marketing people, and they informed him that pretty soon, coming in Q2, there will be Mark II belt reloads. Like, I assume that means the belt clip that holds the speed loaders, and then a speed loader reloader thing, which is pretty cool. I kind of want more speed loaders. I run 2 Mark IIs right now, and so I would like that option in the future. And I thought that was neat, but also, and far more exciting, because the Mark II is an expensive thing that you can only get at Target.com right now. They're bringing out Villainator drums, and that's just sweet. The Villainator is just one of the best pump action Springers on the market right now, and having a compelling and easy way to quick and hot swap the drums for fast reloads really removes the only downside of using it versus, say, a box mag Springer like an Alpha Trooper. Also, the performance is top. So that's pretty exciting. I have no reason to disbelieve Joe. I think that these things both make sense and they're probably happening. So if you've been hanging on for a hero, it's coming somewhere in Q2. And then finally in hobby news, we have a look at the new Worker Dusseldorf. I don't know what to call this thing. At first I was nervous because of things that I'm working on, and everybody was like, have you seen the new Worker Blaster? It's a full auto flywheeler that's dedicated to half darts. But this thing looks pretty weak sauce. The compulsion to stick with this particular size of flywheels doesn't necessarily make sense to me, especially in a world where we've proved that dual stage is where it's at. This dedicated triple stage Funky Time Express just doesn't do it for me. I'll get one in, I'll review it. I will definitely direct you over to my sister at foamblastshop.com, where I'm sure that they'll retail them and you could pick one up. I have no intention of carrying it at this time over at foamproshop.com. I'm just not in love with it. I think that it's just not compelling design. But what else do you expect? Worker either copies things or does derivatives of other things. And even on that note, the Worker copies tend to either be knock it out of the park, really good cost-saving measures, or absolute hot garbage. They did not understand the primary design impetus of the product in the first place. It's never in the middle ground. It's one or the other. So there you have it, guys. That's your news download for the weekend's happenings and musings. If you want more news all the time, obviously Addie does a way better job over at the Foam Blast channel of concatenating the news once a week, every week, like clockwork. She's just super consistent like that. This one just happened to come out at the same time as Twin, which is an unfortunate coincidence, but it gives you multiple perspectives and multiple sources, and you know, I mean, that's always a good thing. If you're just really into consuming your content, you can get it both ways this time. A little bit of sibling rivalry action, if you will. I'll see you guys next time. Again, Wednesday, I'm going to start up the review machine churning all over again, but that gives you 2 days to leave a comment down below and get in on my $20 gift card giveaway. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the news. Let me know what you thought was the most interesting tidbit, and I'll see you Wednesday. Much love, blast on, Drac out.